Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about one very sensitive topic this morning. Topic slash discussion. Yes, and so many persons may be surprised to hear me say this morning. And to be sincere with you, it's not like I want to be ignorant to the sensitivity of this discussion. But then I just want to state facts and facts only. Yes, and this has to do with women that, for some reasons, raised their child or children alone. I mean, in the absence of their biological father. In some cases, some of these men, were highly irresponsible. They will not take care of their kids, their children that they have with these women or with this woman. In some cases, a guy would impregnate a lady and would deny that fact, would deny absolutely, and would never look back, would never even think of how the lady would survive and all of that. And the lady would go ahead alone to, keep the pregnancy, give birth to the child, raise the child. I mean, women go extra mile. Some of these women will go extra mile to make sure they give, the best of life to such a child or children. I mean, a woman, raising a child alone through primary school, secondary school, in some cases, tertiary institutions. And for so many years, the man will not come, will not even look back. And out of the blues, maybe after 10 years, after 20 years, after 6 years, the man comes out from nowhere and wants to lay claim over that child. That is when such man would say, "Oh, I've come back, I want my child." In some cases, some of these men would even apologize. Some of them would apologize, though they were responsible in time past. I mean, no excuse is tenable. I mean, they were stupid, they were responsible, they were whatever it is in the past. But now, after so many years, they've come back to say, okay, Agbaja, I've come back for my child and all of that. I have seen how emotions take over such women. And they would say, after 7 years, after 12 years, after 20 years, I've raised my child alone. I have sacrificed the whole lot. I had to stop schooling. My father sent me out of the house and all of those things. Yeah, it is very, very painful. So I can understand the pains of women when it comes to this. I can very, very well understand the pains of these women because in some cases, giving birth to such a child can actually derail the progress of such a woman, can derail, can even truncate, in some cases, the success of such a woman, sorry. Yeah, I know it is very, very painful. It doesn't come from, it comes from a place of pain. That is why they show these emotions. Yes, I understand. And I would even support such women, saying no, you have no access to this child. You can even fight the man, you can send him away, and all of that. Yes, I understand why you feel this way. Because it's not easy to raise a child alone. I understand perfectly well. Perfectly well, I understand. Especially if the father was a deadbeat. Especially if the man was irresponsible. Especially if the man actually denied a pregnancy. I understand you totally and absolutely. But the fact remains. And as Yoruba would say, there's a popular line in Yoruba that says, Òkè òkú lòkú rè, ilé bàbá ọmọ nílé ọmọ. Yeah, I'm not sure if that last line is correct. Yeah, Òkè òkú lòkú rè, Ile baba omo, onile omo. That is what that means. Literally in English is that at the end of the day, the biological father of that child is still the child. Is still the father of that child. Yes, it is. Yeah, it can be painful. Yes, it can be disheartening that a mother had raised a child alone. In some cases, more than one child alone, and the father is coming from nowhere. Especially if he was irresponsible in the past. Yeah, it can be very, very painful. Because I have younger sisters too, so I can understand if my sister, or through the help of myself or my family members, would raise a child alone, and out of nowhere, the father comes after 7 years, after 10 years, and says he's come to claim the child. As a matter of fact, such men that actually come to claim such child should be dealt with. Though we cannot, we cannot actually go violent, but then I mean they should be dealt with, not violently. Whatever we can do with them, yes, we can. In some cases, you can make them pay fine, you can make them pay compensation for what you have spent on the child and all of that. You can actually make them pay through their nose just to have access to the child. But please, woman, I beg of you, I beg you, please, you cannot totally deny a father from having access to the child. Please, I beg you, you shouldn't do that. Yes, you may think you're doing that to punish the father, but I tell you, while doing that, you are as well punishing that child. You may not know. Yes, you may not know. No matter what you have told that child, no matter what paint, no matter what, no matter how you have painted the father to that child, be a male child or a female child, no matter what you might have said about the father to that child, I tell you, there is a part of that child that would want to meet the father. There's a part of that child that will want to relate with the father. There is a part of that child that will be happy to point to someone and say, this is my biological father. There is a part of that child that wants to get, some of these, how would I put it now? Whatever it is that you can call it, maybe biological or spiritual connection here to the father. A child wants to have that. Believe me, a child wants to have it. So the woman should not be the one to stop a child from, having that. Yes, if the child is an adult already, the child can decide and say, no, I don't want to have anything to do with this man. Yes, let it be the decision of that child and not you. Please, I beg you. Let it be the decision of that child, and not that is if the child is an adult. Let it be the child's decision, not you. Please don't try. Don't stop a father from having access to the child. Yes, I repeat, you may think you are punishing the father, but then you are indirectly punishing that child. And it may be detrimental to that child. It may not be now, it may be later. You would not know. Even in some cases, you may not even be around anymore, and the child would now begin to see reasons why he shouldn't have listened to you when he said he shouldn't, when you stop the father from having access to him or her. So please, I beg women. I really cannot talk much. If I want to talk deep about this topic, it can take 30 minutes. But then I just want to round this, I just want to round this off within 10 minutes. Please, women, I beg you. Please, no matter how painful it is, what the man might have done in the past, no matter how irresponsible, no matter how deadbeat of a father he was, please, I beg you, when he comes back, yes, punish him. Yes, shout at him. Yes, do whatever it is I want to do to him. Make him pay through his nose. But please, I beg you, do not deny the father the access to that child. Please. Yes, you may be punishing the father, the man, but I tell you, it's affecting that child, or it would affect that child one way or the other.